Hello you guys, thank you for joining me for today's video. This is the very first Christmas video of the year and I couldn't be any more excited. Today we'll be decorating the kitchen, one of my absolute favorite spots to decorate for Christmas. I didn't have an exact plan going into this, but I did have a general idea of where I wanted some of the decorations to go, so I just kind of started taking things out of the box and going with the flow. I knew I wanted to add these pretty garlands under each of the cupboards, so I just started placing them onto some sticky hooks that I already had left over from my fall decorations. I feel like these make such a pretty backdrop for the rest of the decorations that we'll be putting up today. This pretty star has been around since I was a little girl, and I'm so happy I get to use it in my kitchen this year. I wanted my little coffee station area to be really cozy, so I started by adding this really pretty hot cocoa sign. And I think it fits perfectly because I do plan on making a lot of hot cocos this season. And of course, no Christmas kitchen is complete without a cookie jar, so I have this really pretty house that I'll be adding all of my holiday treats in this season. And as a cute little reminder, I decided to add this Christmas calories don't count sign beside the cookie jar. I know I'll be eating a ton of treats this holiday, so maybe this will help me feel less guilty. I love collecting nutcrackers, and this little nutcracker baker is one of my favorites, and of course he has to go next to the cookie jar as well. Here's another cute nutcracker decoration. I believe this was originally purchased as a tin full of cookies, but someone was kind enough to eat the cookies and then gift me the tin once they were done with it. I'm thinking I'll be adding my coffee beans in here and using it to refill my coffee grinder anytime it's empty. This Santa Claus making a gingerbread cookie is one of my all-time favorite Christmas decorations. Look at his little deer slippers. I believe I found him on clearance at Winners after last Christmas. This baking Santa is another one of my favorite decorations, and I believe he was another Winners find. One of my favorite finds this year was this cute little gingerbread wax melt holder. You basically add a wax tab onto the gingerbread and then place a tea light candle on the inside, and it melts the wax and makes your space smell really good. Here's another one of my favorite nutcrackers that was gifted to me last Christmas. I knew I wanted to add some garland around the windows, so I added this pretty draping garland along with some red berries, and I think it turned out really nicely. When in doubt, I think it's always a good idea to add garland to really spruce up an area. Like I mentioned in my last video, I knew I wanted to keep my floating candles up from Halloween, but we did need to make them a little bit more Christmassy. I used some red ribbon to tie a bow onto each of the candles, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Once you turn the candles on, they look so magical. I'm really happy I decided to keep them up. And of course, to make the kitchen extra cozy, we need to add a lot of twinkle lights. Anytime I feel like something's missing from an area, I just add twinkle lights and it makes things look 100 times better. For this next little section, I do want to apologize because I accidentally filmed these clips vertically instead of horizontally, but I hope you don't mind too much. Once I had the majority of my decorations up, I felt like my cabinets looked a little bit too blank, so I decided to add some ribbons and bows. If you can't already tell, I'm really enjoying the red bow look this year. I started by tying some red ribbon into a cross on all of the kitchen cabinets, basically the same way that you would tie ribbon onto a gift box. I used a bit of a wider ribbon to do this, and I'll have the one that I used linked below. Before I got started, I measured out the amount of ribbon that I would need for one kitchen cabinet, and then I cut that same length however many times I needed. I picked up these pretty gold bells from my local Dollarama, and I'll be adding them onto the cupboards above the oven just to break up all the red just a little bit. To attach the bells, I just used the garland wire that was already attached to the back of them just to wrap around the ribbon until they were nice and secure. I picked up these really pretty red and gold bows from my local Dollarama as well, and I'm basically attaching them the same way I did with the bells. These kitchen cabinet decorations might be a bit much for some people, but I personally really love how they turned out. From some of my local stores, I was also able to find this really cute Nutcracker soap dispenser as well as some sponges that I'll be adding to my kitchen sink. I found these really cute coffee stir sticks off of Amazon. I'll have them linked down below if you're interested in picking some up for yourself as well. I just added them into this little Christmas container in my coffee corner. And I think that's basically it for the kitchen decorations, so let's finish off by making an iced coffee in our newly decorated coffee station. I do think that I might add a couple more decorations in the kitchen here and there in the next couple weeks, but for now I'm quite happy with how it turned out. My current iced coffee routine is a few good handfuls of ice, a double shot of espresso, some oat milk, and some creamer. The creamer I'm currently using is the Starbucks Irish Cream. Let's take a look at the final results of the kitchen so far. Let me know if you've already started decorating for Christmas as well, and if you've made it this far, let me know what your favorite area in the house is to decorate for Christmas. Thank you so much for joining me for my very first Christmas decorating video of the year. I have a few more decorating videos that will be up very shortly. I've also got some cozy recipes, some festive treats, and some really fun DIYs planned, so definitely stick around if you'd like to see those. I hope you're all enjoying the beginning of the holiday season, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.